And hello, welcome back. We've been rolling straight along. The Supercut edition. I think that went really well. I actually really enjoyed doing that. So the Supercut will be coming out later. I will do the Supercut at the end of this series because there's two other videos when you get through, but they aren't as long as the first one, which again makes perfect sense. I think that's perfect. All right, so this is items and attributes, but this is more about rewards. So we're just gonna skip the setup, skip the setup. So he here I'm gonna start them. He. Good job. Here, this character has currency, items. So does everyone else, but I'm just kind of focusing on the left side. These characters have currency and items. That is it. Again, all I did was watch this once, completely just refreshing my memory, and now I'm back recording this. So I, the game master, have treasure and a safe. They, the characters, are now getting their player characters, which I hope to someday be represented through an application just on someone's phone, because that's what be simpler, or 3D print or whatever. Like this is so open to your own interpretation. You can do whatever you want. Believe it or not, there's a ton of style from the 1920s, a ton of style. Okay, another setup down hallway. All the car. I could have rotated. All right, pause. I skipped something here, which again I should be a little bit better at, but like I said, I don't exactly know. That character on the left side, why does it do that? Is it me clicking wrong? Is it me clicking wrong? I don't know. But like I'll click and then it must be because I'm moving my mouse. It must be that. The bars and all the stuff on the side pop back up. But going back, the character on the left is going to give me an item that is going to have them clear cards. This is not an attribute. This is an item that they have in order to clear a card. So they have like what was I thinking of originally? So like going back in my mind, this was an item that was like, oh, I just did the aesthetic video. So like the bug, that light bulb on the bug. So this character has that kind of item. It's a way to clear a single card if they roll above a certain number. So if they just roll above a 1, they get to clear one card. And then later on, there's going to be a character who's going to have an item that's like a ball with a candle in it, but that candle is in a gyroscopic sphere. So no matter where you move that ball, that candle stays lit and upright. So they're going to use this item to roll, and they have to roll a 4 in order to use this item, or else that ball will only roll as far as they went, if the game master decides. But it just so happened that that's how it worked out in this. So going back to the video, starting again, I say, all right, you want to start immediately with 1, sure. You roll a 1, I like whatever, you get it. You get to clear the 1 card. You roll the 1, you get a 1. It was whatever. I was being nice to him, which again, as a game master, can be as nice or as mean as you want. It really does. You can really change the difficulty of this game up or down, just kind of how you decide, because there's so much openness. You can say, no, I know you want to use that item first thing off, but you can't. And I think what I did also, and I missed that while I was rambling, the character in the upper left, I believe he tried to use an item immediately after. Yes. So the character in the upper left tries to use an item immediately after because he's the next in the rotation, and I say no. Yes, I say no. He just used an item, so save yours for later. Don't use an item right now. Save it for later. So again, you could be as nice as or as mean as you want. You could say no, your character is not going to use this item because they're going to save it for later. And that way you can if the player really wants to, then you can say okay, fine. But if not, you it will come up here soon why that character saved that item. So here we're going to go down another hallway. They're going to draw up to the 5. There we go. And now I'm just going to say, he's going to say, hey, can I use my thing? Here's my thing. Like, okay, fine. I'm going to take that thing because you messed up my card. See, there I did it. I did it. I knew how to use the rotation. I just didn't do it. He rolls and he throws his dice at me, so I'm all mad at him. Don't do. He rolls a 4, so it just so happens that this item he has, he only can roll a 4. So I'm like, okay, you want to try and use that item? Fine. I take it. I take the thing, and he just so happens to get it. So I get all mad at him, but whatever. He takes his gyroscopic candle ball and he managed to get it, ducks it all the way down the hallway. And they can see that it's all safe, that there's no sort of traps, there's no holes in the floorboards. They're able to clear this whole hallway because of that one player's item. So that's kind of like a reward for using items. All mad, just keep pointing at him like, "You're done. I'm mad at you." Here we go. Then they're gonna separate. So now for this, I have the 2 players who are in the hallway are now searching the room. The other 2, they're just wandering around wherever they want to be. So the other 2 player characters who are in the upper right and upper center, they have left this location, and it is now the 2 players on the upper left and just left side are now clearing this room here. So they draw, they can't pass. So again, this is an iteration of the game where rather than having those heart cards immediately down, they're going to draw up to 3, and then once they hit that 3, they're going to start drawing down because they need to clear that card. And what I think is neither one of them at this point wanted to use their queen because this was like the start of a big search. There's going to be way more. So, hey, he happened to draw the exact same card right before they needed to start drawing down. So it's like, hey, good job, cool. And he drew another king. And then it's a queen, and they use the opposite. So, like, okay, hey, we're not gonna do this again. And the game master says, oh, hey, you cleared this room. And as you went through this room, you had a lot of trouble in the corner here for whatever reason. But in the left side, you discovered a safe. There's a safe in this room. Now, the player characters, the 2 in the room, the ones on the left, they, the one on the lower left, he has no items. And the one on the upper left, their item is the candle bowly thingy. So that's he can leave it if he wants because it counts as a candle, but he then uses I think he only has one use left. He uses that up. So he's like, okay, no. We know that the other player characters, the one in the upper right and upper center, wherever they are at in the building, one has a candle and one has a lockpick. So they're like, okay, we're gonna leave this room. Oh, I guess he does try, and I say no, no, don't waste it. Don't waste it. So I say, okay, he does have that item. So please go and get them. So once they leave, yeah, there we go. Show them that they leave the room, not the hallways, because like they cleared the hallways. I'm not. It's a big giant search. I'm gonna let them be able to search the hallways, but once you've left a room, that room it now goes dark. It needs to be completely researched again. So they have gone, the room goes dark. They talk to the characters like, "Hey, I need your lockpick. Hey, I need your candle." It's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, no, there's a safe. Go get that, go crack that safe open." So there we go. They chit chat, they get their stuff. There's that, there's that. Like, okay, hey, we're gonna take all this, and we're gonna be back. They go back to the room. They've got their items. And then from here, just as a small example, if they left the room and came back, I could, as the game master, see again, it does. I swear, I don't move it, and I could just click. But I, the game master, can decide. Okay, you left the room and you closed the door behind you, just without thinking about it, and now the door is locked. So I know that they only have one lockpick now. So I could, as the game master, right now just decide that door is locked. And so they have to pass, because it's just a door, they have to pass a one card flip. And we'll say these players are down to, they only have 3 cards. So now that door being locked is a big deal. Because the room has gone dark. The spirit has now taken back of control of that room. So you could be really mean and lock the door if they happen to close it behind. So I'm like, okay, no, you light a candle and you clear the room. Like, I'm being nice. I'm being as nice as possible. So you light a candle, you go put it in the center of the room. It's lit. You now go and use the lockpick. You open the safe. They now take the safe material, whatever they got, all in. And now I'm showing here that because they left the candle in the room now stays lit. They don't have to research it. All the cards stay face up with the item in that room. There, they've got that, they've got that. So we clear all of this, and I'm going to show like an example of what would be a reward from the safe. So all the players would get, so this is going to be items. So within that safe, everyone gets some kind of double item. And then there's a whole bunch of money. So there's just, I just clicked around, I gave everyone like, they just divided amongst themselves. And there's a treasure. And again, with the treasures, those items are ones that have little value but still have value, that need to go be sold on some sort of secondhand market. So if you want, you can go and spend all your currency and spend your money all the time and just stack up and bank a ton of items. But again, they're not going to be as valuable, and it's going to take a day or two to sell them all off. So there's going to be a bit of a buffer. But if you want, as a player character, to just collect a bunch of a certain item, just because that's what your character is likes. If your character likes, like silverware, and they like silver spoons, and hey, they're going to collect all the silver spoons, and your character can have like 100 silver spoons, and on a rainy day, you can go sell them all. Like that's kind of like, from here, that would be notes. You would have to have notes on your character to have all that in mind for future sessions. Like, oh, hey, my character has 100 spoons, and we all have no money. There's a big hunt we need to go get done. So, all right, I guess I have to sell a bit of my collection for the better of my group. And I think that's the end of that one. All right, so I think there's one more after this. It's going to be the shortest one. So we're going to end it here, and then we're going to move on to the third very soon. You guys have a great evening. Have a great one. Enjoy your day or evening or whatever time it is. Enjoy, enjoy. Let me do the work so you can have the fun. You have a great one. Bye bye.